I have decided to make another video on the Streamdeck. I've been using it for a while, had it for a few months, and just sort of want to go through some of the more interesting things that I've been able to do with it since getting it. Like, there's definitely some things that were cool when I got it, when I made that first video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But now, since then, I've found out a lot more things that I can do with it, and I was actually pretty proud when I figured out how to make my editing process, particularly for like my TikTok videos, way quicker. So we're going to go through that right now. So let's just switch over to here. So now you can see this is the software on here, and right down there you'll see the video of the Streamdeck itself. As you can see, it is mirrored. If you don't know, the Elgato Streamdeck is basically a macro keyboard. You put stuff on the buttons and you press the buttons and they do things. Okay, and like I've got the very simple ones, like this is just a Wavelink one, which is the software that I use for audio. So then I can switch between my headset and my speakers, which is nice. I don't have to go into anywhere to switch. I can just press one button and it's fine. This one, I had a similar version last time, but I actually use a different software now because the one I was using, that feature was in the paid version. So I only had the 30-day trial. So now I use what's called Monitor Profile Switcher, which is very simple. All you have to do is you set your display settings how you want them. You save that as a profile, and then you change it. You set it however you want it as your other profile, however many profiles you want, and then you set hotkey. So I've got two just because I use my 4K monitor over here, both vertically when I'm streaming and horizontally when I'm watching content. So I've got that. This just one button press and it'll rotate that. That's just all I have my two profiles. If I changed other monitors for any reason, I would do that too. I've got this one just to open all the programs that I use when streaming. So if I can go into this is called a multi-action. So I literally just have it to open OBS, Wavelink, Discord, Spotify, YouTube, on my channel specifically, so that I can just go lives from there. It opens my OBS folder in Explorer just because I want to make sure that when I save a clip that it actually goes there. So I have that open just so I can see, and Camo, which is the camera app that I use because I don't have an actual camera yet. I still just use my old phone. We have a start streaming, start recording buttons for OBS. That's pretty straightforward. That's the playlist. This is the playlist that I use, the Stream Beats lo-fi playlist on stream. So I just have that just to play that once Spotify's open. This is just a link to my Spotify page. I also, like I've said before, folders, games, they're just folders with stuff in them. And then I also have just, these are basically multi-actions that are just hotkeys to put the computer to sleep or to shut it down. Now, it gets a little more interesting as we go. So here, I think I've explained this a bit, but I basically got, it's called a sticky keystroke. So I've got my push to talk on Warzone set to F8 because it doesn't really do much normally. And what this does is it basically spams F8, and I've got the delay right down. So it'll just literally just keep spamming F8 every millisecond. So I don't have to actually hold down a button to push to talk. I just press it and it keeps going until I press it again, which is so much easier than doing the flip on my headset that I used to do. I used to have to flip it up and down to talk in-game versus talk to just the stream. So that's good. Got a mute Discord button. That's pretty straightforward. My scenes on OBS. Now these are just like, I have my start screen, my chatting screen, my main screen, and then an end screen. They're the main ones I use every time. And you can see a couple of them are actually multi-actions, and within them we have a set music volume and a mute the mic or unmute the mic. So when I press the chatting button, it'll switch to the chatting screen, which is this one. And you can see there it also muted the mic. So I have that because normally my mic is muted on the start screen. So that when I press it, it'll unmute the mic. So then I can start talking, and it'll turn the music down to 70%. So you can actually hear me over the music because I have it at 100% during the start screen. And then I have just the opposite on the end screen. So that's another thing we got there. We'll come back here. And then this is just a hotkey to save replay in OBS. That's nothing special. And I got my music controls here. Recently, I've added this folder, which just has a bunch of sounds or sound effects on my voice. So I can do this one.
We can go pitch down.
We can
pitch up like this.
Or even just add a delay on that. Like that's just sort of like random sort of meme sort of stuff. And then of course I've got a bunch of like actual like sounds. This is basically just a soundboard. So we've got some sounds like that.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We got some, you know.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Just some meme sort of stuff there. And then this is basically just all wavelength controls, volume for my hearing in particular. These are all set to monitor mix, which is what goes to my earphones, not what goes to the stream. So I can adjust how everything sounds in my ears. So that's good. Just a quick 70 to 100% on the music. I don't usually have to use that anymore because I have it in the multi-action, but it's there just in case. And then this is just a mute everything except my mic in case that's ever needed. This one is just entirely Spotify. Nothing really crazy there. Don't even need to talk about that. And then this screen is a bit more interesting. This is what I've worked on a bit. I did a bunch on last night. I'd previously had more buttons on here, but I've actually condensed these ones into one instead of two. So I'll show you an example. Here we have, this is Davinci Resolve, which is what I edit with. So this is just sort of a random clip out of one of my streams. So what we've got is just the video and audio, and then I've added these buttons. So first of all, what I'll do to make a TikTok is I'll have to change the resolution to a vertical orientation. So we go into here from 1920. I'll double click that, and then I'll click my resolution button. It'll change it to 1080 by 1920 instead of the other way around. So then now, if I bring it back to I'll turn dual screen off so you can actually see it. You can see it's vertical now. And then next what I'll do is I'll unlink. So I've just got an unlink button there. So that just unlinks these two. So now these two will be separate. Now, what I spent some time on last night doing is I have this multi-action, the copy and move one. Let's bring this up really quickly. It actually has 19 actions in it. So it does 19 things. And I'll show you what it's going to do. It's going to copy the video 5 times or 4 times and then move them up sort of almost where they need to go. I still need to manually do a little bit. But I've got this selected. I'll click the copy and move. And it copies it a bunch of times. Usually I can see this on my entire screen because I go dual screen when I'm editing. But you can see that's copied it and moved it all up. So then all I have to do is move all these back in, or I could do that. Okay, now we've got stacked on top of each other. So now how this turns into the video, let's make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. We'll move that down. So now it's just 5 of the same videos stacked on top of each other. So that's not what we want. So we've got the main one here. I'm going to click over to the zoom into the transform and cropping. So this is going to do each of these buttons will zoom and crop to how I have my video laid out. So I'm going to click this one. It's going to zoom and crop it to where it needs to go. It doesn't need to be cropped. It just zooms it in. We go to our next clip. We do the same thing. So this is going to put our map where we want it. And you can see it behind. It's behind there a little bit because these other ones are on top of it. We'll do the same for the health. That'll put it there. You can see that right there. Same for kills. Put the kills up right there. And then the last one, we'll do the camera. So we'll click this one and that puts it right at the top, crops it all. And you can see I just got a particular zoom, a particular position, and then the cropping information down here. So, and then boom, that's a TikTok right there. So, and that all just works. We click play here. That's just, everything's timed up right. Everything works. And yeah, so that's made editing these videos so much quicker, which is nice. I don't have to go through and manually crop and get their size right for everything. It's a hell of a lot easier. I do still have to, like, the rough cut still does take a while if it's a whole game where I'm cutting out each, individual kill or something like that. But when it's just a single clip like this, which I've started doing more of, where it's just a single clip, maybe it'll be like a team wipe or something funny that happens where I just chuck that in. And then, yeah, this doesn't really help with YouTube videos, which tend to take a bit longer to edit just because I have to watch the entire thing and cut out the bits that I don't want and add some text and edits and whatever else in. But that's pretty much it. And then I have a back to the start button right there just because it's like 5 pages over, so might as well skip all the way over. So that will be it for this video. Just another little update sort of thing on the Stream Deck and what I've been doing. And if anyone has any ideas, let me know in the comments. Anything you think I could be doing or should be doing, or anything that would be cool to try, let me know. I will also probably be doing a setup tour volume 2 very soon. So we'll get to see it because I've gotten quite a few upgrades since I did that last setup tour. So we'll do that very shortly, probably in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. Go check out gameplay videos if you're into that. There's other tech videos. There's a whole playlist. There's gameplay stuff. There's tech stuff. And there's even the old vlogs from back in the day if you really want to watch those. But I'll be streaming most nights around 8 p.m. Australian Standard Time, not Australian Eastern Standard Time, not daylight because Queensland. So yeah, come hang out in the streams, watch the videos, and thank you for watching this one. Bye.